Alright guys, Neil from Neil Collins Recording. Today we're going to be looking at audio. I'm going to be running through some of the mics that I use to record my audio. I'll also be running through some of the mics that you can use to record your audio for your YouTube videos. I'll also look at some budget options so that you can drastically improve your audio on a budget. So, let's get into the video. Alright guys, Neil from Neil Collins Recording. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to my channel if you're not. Either way, always appreciate you guys tuning into my videos. Hopefully you'll find this one useful. If you could like, subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't already so that you get notified when my next video comes out. I'm releasing videos 2 times a week at the moment. Gear tech tutorials, reviews, all that sort of thing. So if you're into that sort of thing, then please do subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as part of the community. Really starting to build something here, so it'd be great to have you on board. So let's get into the video. Those of you that have seen the videos on my channel before will realise that this isn't my standard setup. So this is just for the purpose of this video. I come from an audio background, so audio is very important to me anyway. I think that audio in video is sometimes more important than the actual video itself. People will equate bad audio with a bad video. Often if your video is a bit poor quality, your audience will generally forgive that. If your audio is poor quality, 9 times out of 10 audiences don't like that. For some reason, good audio is really important to people, and like I say, they equate it with good video. So if your audio sounds good, you're already onto a winner. So if you do have a YouTube channel, or for video in general, I would advise that you do take the time to invest in your audio. It will make your videos so much better, and you can do it for relatively cheap. I'll show you that later on in the video. I'm just going to run through some of the more popular microphones that are used for recording audio for video in general, and in particular YouTube videos, and along the way I'll show you what I use and affordable options. So let's get rid of this one for now. Okay, so the first one we're going to use is this one. This is the audio straight out of my Panasonic GH5. It's not terrible, but if I was any further back, if I'm over here, it's probably really terrible. I can't hear it at the moment, but that's probably really bad. So the closer you are to the camera, then the audio is going to be better. And in some cases it's usable, but I would never advise using in-camera audio. The preamps aren't very good. You get a lot of noise, so your audio will always sound a little bit hissy or muffled, or it just won't sound great. So where possible, I would try and avoid camera audio. Okay, so the next one is the on-camera boom mic. This is one of the most popular options with YouTubers. You'll see a lot of the popular influencers with these microphones on top of their cameras. Again, they rely on you being close to the camera, so if I was to get a bit further back, then the audio would obviously deteriorate the further back I went. The closer to the camera you are, the better the audio. Better than camera audio itself, and as long as you're fairly close to the camera, it's a brilliant option. Price ranges vary on these. Okay, so if you type Rode video mic into the search on Amazon, you'll get a selection of these Rode mics which are perfect for on-camera audio. And I'll tell you the differences between them now. So, the one that I'm using at the moment for the audio on this is the Rode Video Mic Pro. The reason I use this one is because you can adjust the gain on the microphone itself. It's powered, so it's got a 9-volt battery that powers the microphone, and you can adjust the gain on the mic itself using its inbuilt preamps, and that means you can turn down the camera preamps to like -20, turn the microphone preamps up to +20, and you're using more of the microphone's preamp than the camera preamp. The camera preamp is pretty rubbish on most cameras. The Rode mic preamp is pretty good, so you'll get a better sounding audio quality using that mic and the preamps within the microphone itself. It does cost a bit more. In the UK, that microphone is going to set you back £149, so Not sure what it's going to be in US dollars, but that's still a good price for a good sounding microphone. I think you'll agree from what you can hear now, it's a good sounding microphone and definitely a good option. But if you haven't got £149 or the US equivalent, then you can get cheaper versions. So if you do want an on-camera mic that does have its own preamp for a fraction of the price, then I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard good things about the Takstar mic, which is an on-camera mic with a built-in preamp for £40. So I'm not sure how much that is in US dollars. It's probably about $60–70. I could be wrong, so my exchange rate in my head probably isn't brilliant. But yeah, £40 for a on-camera mic with a built-in preamp is really good. You can get the Rode Video Mic Go, which is only £57. The difference being it's not powered, so the microphone still goes on your camera, plugs into your camera, but it will use the preamps in the camera itself to record the audio, which means you're going to get a bit more noise on the audio, but it's still a good option for a third of the price. So definitely worth thinking about if you're on a bit of a budget. I haven't actually got this mic here, so I can't show you an example. It's a bit more tinny, less rich in tone, but it's still more than usable and definitely better than in-camera audio. So if you're on a budget, then this is a really good option for you. So a lot of the time when you're recording audio, you may not be close to the camera. It depends on what your studio setup is, but you might be sitting away from the camera on a couch or something. What you're going to want to invest in is one of these boom mic stands. It's just a microphone stand, but it's got a boom arm on it, so you can have it up and over with a microphone pointing down. And then what you can do is you can use your on-camera microphone, the Rode Video Mic Pro or the Rode Video Mic Go. If you get an extension lead that you can plug into, you can run a 20-foot cable to your camera on the other side of the room, and you can attach the mic to this stand, and then you'll get the same audio that you would be getting this close to the camera, but right at the back of the room. So these boom stands are great. £20, probably similar in US dollars. I will put links to everything in this video in the notes below, so please do look at those. It will take you to anything that we talk about in this video. So I've just got a little pencil. They're called pencil mics because they're just small condenser mics. I'm not going to go too in depth into microphone specifications and all that sort of thing in this video. I may do in another video if you guys are interested, because like I say, I am from an audio background. If you guys want to know more about audio, then I can do more videos like this. I am going to do one on processing audio for your YouTube videos and things like that. But anyway, so this is a condenser microphone, which means it needs to be powered and it needs to go through its own preamp, which I've plugged it into down here. So just pretend this is a Video Mic Pro. I'm not going to take that off the camera for the purpose of this. So you position it like just above your head, just out of shot of the camera, pointing towards you. I'll just show you, peeping down there, so just up above. So just peeping in, and then say I was sitting right across the other side of the room. Well, let's do that. I'll sit over here. Got me boom stand. It's pointing at me, and the audio, I can't hear it from here, but the audio should sound pretty good. Much better than the Video Mic Pro, which is this one. So that's what you can hear from the camera itself with the Video Mic Pro. And this is what you can hear from this microphone above my head. Getting the audio source close to you is the biggest thing that's going to improve the audio. You don't want to be too far away from your microphone, otherwise it's just going to pick up the rest of the room, especially if you're in a big echoey room. Then it's just going to sound terrible the further you go away from the microphone. So try and keep close to the microphone. Also, if you're doing an interview of two people on a couch or something, you can angle the mic in the middle so it just picks up both of the people speaking, which is ideal. So on to lapels. I use, and you will have seen this in some of my videos, I use this DR10L. I film a lot of weddings, so these are great for weddings. Just record straight into this box, and it's very much turn on and record. It's quick and I know it's going to do the job, so I use this a lot, and like I say, you'll have seen this in a lot of videos. I just pop it on and I'll show you what it sounds like. And this is what it sounds like. Pretty good, eh? The benefit of this type of microphone, which is why I tend to use it when I do a lot of the tutorial videos when I'm looking at the screen, is if I'm talking this way, it's fine. The VideoMic Pro will pick me up no problem. But if I turn this way, then obviously I'm not looking at the microphone, so it's not going to sound great. Whereas if I've got this lapel mic on, it's the same wherever I go. So it doesn't matter if I'm looking at the screen or looking at the camera, the audio is going to be the same no matter where I turn. But these DR10Ls aren't cheap. I think in the UK they're about £179 at the moment. In the US they're slightly cheaper, as with a lot of audio stuff, and it's cheaper in the US. I think because most of it's made out there. I think they're worth it, but then I film weddings, so I use them all the time. But what I like about them is you stick it in your pocket and then you sync the audio to the video afterwards. So, I mean, some of you might not want to pay £179 for a lapel mic, so I have another solution for you. So I've got this one here for you, which is great actually. So this is the Audio-Technica ATR 3350. So with this one, it plugs directly into the camera. Okay, so as you would the VideoMic Pro, it plugs straight into the camera itself. But it has got its own preamp on this one as well, so the audio will sound nice and clear. You do need like a small watch battery to power this preamp, and you need to remember to turn it on. There's a little switch. But yeah, I think it comes with a really long lead, so you could sit on the other side of the room and it would plug all the way into your camera. Now I've taped this up because I use this at weddings and stuff, and I don't need a massive long lead, but it is really long. I'm not sure exactly how long it is. And this just plugs straight into the camera, so I'll just do that now. Right, now I've plugged it in. You should be hearing the audio from the Audio-Technica ATR 3350. Budget microphone. This one comes in at £33 and 40 pence at the moment. You can use this exactly like you do the DR10L. Then again, I can just, if I'm doing a tutorial, I can look at the screen, I can look at the camera, and the audio shouldn't really change at all. So, great budget option for great audio for £33.40 at the moment. I think there's a tenner off at Amazon at the moment, so grab it quick. Definitely worth looking into if you're into getting a lapel mic. Relatively cheap, plug straight into your camera, massive long lead. If you do get this, remember to turn it off, otherwise you'll have a dead battery the next time you want to use it. I'm turning it off now, and we'll switch back to the VideoMic Pro. Right, so let's go back to the microphone that I started off this video with, which is a condenser microphone. This is the AKG C214, and as with the mic I used earlier with the boom, this one needs to be powered through a preamp, which I've done. And what that means is you need, in effect, need something between the microphone and the computer to power the microphone itself and record the audio. You can't really plug it straight into a computer, which is why it's a more expensive option. But it does, I think you'll agree, it does give you super crisp audio, and you will see a lot of YouTube videos of people using these sort of microphones just because the audio is, you know, great. But I do find them a little bit distracted. I mean, I've got a microphone in front of my face at the moment, whereas with the VideoMic Pro, you know, you can't see it in the shot at all. I might start using them, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should be using these microphones more? Stick with the VideoMic Pro? Use the lapel mics? What do you think? You know, you watch my videos, so let me know what you think about the audio and how I can improve it or make it look better. Let me know. I'll be really interested to know what you think of the audio. Good news if you like the idea of these condenser microphones but don't want to spend a ton of money. I mean, I think these are about £900 for a pair. I think that's how much they were, around that amount. They're not cheap, but you can get cheaper ones. So if you type in on Amazon USB condenser microphone, you'll get a list of all these microphones that you don't need an additional preamp to plug into before it goes to the computer. Just literally plug the USB into your computer and it will record the audio, and it'll sound great. Maybe not quite as good as this, but on a par, I would say. Tons of them. This one is $34.99, $43.99, $44.99. Now, if you have got a little bit of cash, this Rode NT USB microphone at £149 is a really good option. But like I say, there are cheaper options. Have a look at the reviews. Anything from sort of £40 upwards really for a decent USB condenser microphone. You can plug straight into your computer, record really crisp, nice audio. So yeah, in conclusion, audio is very important. A lot of videos get judged on their audio, and I have seen a lot of YouTube videos that the actual content is really good, but the audio is really bad. And I think it does make a difference. I mean, I know no one wants to spend loads of money on audio gear, but just spend a little bit of cash. Get a cheap lapel mic or a cheap USB condenser mic or a cheap on-camera mic. Just try and avoid using the in-camera audio when you can. I hope you found this useful. Please do give it a like and a comment if you have. I reply to all the comments, and I really do appreciate it when someone takes the time to comment on my video, so please do leave a comment below. Give it a like, a thumbs up, and please do subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so that I can notify you of the next video. Releasing 2 videos a week at the moment. Please do consider subscribing. It'd be great to have you on board, and trying to grow a bit of a community here. Back to drones on the next one, I think. So I will see you then. Take care.